Back because I love you guys. Otherwise, I would not have come back. I have to be honest. To me, I know you love air conditioning, but to me, there's nothing worse. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Here we are again on July 30th, our final art class with Art with Liz at the Hoboken Library for July. We will meet up again next Wednesday for our August series of Art with Liz classes. As always, I'm going to start with a big thank you to the Hoboken Public Library for hosting these hybrid classes. It's just wonderful that you have the option of working from home as well as here in the Hoboken Library. So mega thanks to the Hoboken Library for allowing us to do this. Our theme for the month of July is French-speaking artists because we have the 4th of July, our Independence Day, and we also have Bastille Day, the French Independence Day. And because the French were our allies in the Revolutionary War, I like to celebrate our allies who helped us out way back in the day. So for our final French-speaking artist, we have quite an exceptional, extraordinary woman, female artist named Elisabeth Vigée-Lebrun. And let me tell you, a lot has been written about this artist. Also, she wrote a memoir. So if you want to do your own research about her, feel free. I am going to do a very abbreviated story of her life because it took me days to read through the printout that I created about her. She was born in a very tumultuous time in Europe. She was born April 16th, 1755, in Paris, which at that time was a kingdom. It was the Bourbon family that controlled France. But during her lifetime, the French Revolution happened. And not only that, Napoleon Bonaparte became emperor during her lifetime. He then became deposed as emperor, and the Bourbon people came back to reestablish the kingdom. Because of that, she was forced to travel for most of her life. She became peripatetic, as they say, and she lived in almost every country in Europe, including England, for quite a while, and Russia. She lived in Russia for 6 years, so she got around. Her daughter married a Russian, I think he was either a diplomat or a Russian nobleman, much to Elizabeth's distress. She was not in favor of that marriage. So she was a French painter, primarily known for her portrait work, and very different from this morning's artist. She was considered neoclassical. She came of age during the Rococo style of art, and Rococo, like Baroque, which came after, but was a very fancy style of art. But she didn't care for that much, and she reverted back to a more classical style of art that was very simplified and less fancy. She created 660 portraits and 200 landscapes, in addition to many works in private collections. Her paintings are owned by major museums, such as the Louvre in Paris, the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg in Russia, and the National Gallery in London, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, etc. Okay, she's very sensitive to sound and sight and smell. I find that interesting. Okay. Let's look at her work. As always, we're going to start with a slideshow of her work, and then I have an assignment for all of us to do. Those of you who are with us in the morning, you'll have the choice of either completing what you started this morning or moving on to do something inspired by Ms. Lebrun. She wrote a memoir, as I mentioned. It's published in 3 volumes. It's called Souvenir, which means memories in French. And here we go. She has often been compared to the old Dutch masters. Contemporary artists at that time were people like Joshua Reynolds, whom she admired. And she is most famous for the fact that she painted the portrait of Marie Antoinette, the famous Queen of France, who ended up very dead.
Let me ask a question.
Sure.
Research.
Yes.
Days ago. Didn't they make her change that painting with the rose, the different?
I don't know. Tell us more.
Yes.
I don't know.
That they made her change that.
I don't know. I think yes. There was something about the painting. A lot of the portraits that she did, she was commissioned by very wealthy people. And she would get very frustrated because they would come to a sitting looking one way, and then they would show up at the next sitting looking completely different because they were slaves to fashion and they had a lot of money, so they could change their look whenever they felt like it. So she would start a portrait and then she would have to scrap it and start all over again, and it would infuriate her. Her mother was a hairdresser. Her father was a portraitist and a pastel painter. He also painted in oils. And she, like a lot of other artists we've spoken of before, started being interested in art from a very young age. She started sketching at 7 or 8, and people got very excited about her ability at that very early age. And her father, in particular, started giving her lessons. She entered a convent at the age of 5, and she remained there for 6 years and then worked as an assistant to her father's friend, from whom she learned more about painting. Her father died when she was only 12, but her mother remarried a wealthy but mean jeweler whom she hated. By the time she was in her early teens, she was painting portraits professionally, but as I mentioned before, she disliked the contemporary high Rococo fashion and often asked her sitters to change their clothing into simpler styles. You often see in her portraits the subject being draped in scarves and stoles, long scarves, and shawls to disguise their fancy clothing. So this is a later work when the French aristocracy were pretending they were shepherds, and so this is a less fancy Rococo style dress. And she painted everybody. At one point, she was even approached by the Pope in Rome to paint his portrait. She refused, however, because she would have had to paint the Pope under a veil. She could only be in the Pope's presence covered up. At that time, women weren't allowed to be with the Pope. And she thought, well, if I can't really see him, if I'm covered up with a veil, how am I going to be able to do an accurate portrait? And she refused. But everywhere she went, in all her travels around the world, she was asked to paint people's portraits. You can kind of see why from this particular painting. It's quite wonderful. I don't know who this person is. It is not Marie Antoinette. Yes, the details in that look so real, don't they? Yes. The skin tones are quite rosy, and the lace around the collar looks so real. Lots of detail in this. So she married, much to her dislike. She really didn't want to get married, but she did get married to a man named Lebrun, and she began exhibiting work at their home, and then was accepted into the French Academy under Louis XIV. Her husband turned out to be a monster, so she was right to be worried about getting married. He appropriated all of her money. And later in life, she tried to get her money back from him, but it never happened. So this is the kind of thing that she was so famous for.
What time period is this?
1700s, late 1700s. Yes, right at the time of the French Revolution, Napoleon coming to power, and thereafter. Some of her work caused quite a scandal. She painted a self-portrait with her child. She had a daughter with her child, and the child was open-mouthed. And that was scandalous at the time. That was in 1787.
Smiling.
Open-mouthed. That was a shocker. So the aristocracy, as I mentioned, were always asking for her to paint them. Marie Antoinette admired her tremendously. Another scandal that resulted from her work was a painting of Marie Antoinette called Marie Antoinette in a Muslin Dress that looked like an undergarment. And yes, she quickly repainted it. Yes, this caused quite a scandal. So this is another artist, but I don't know who it is. It could be Joshua Reynolds. She really admired him, but I don't know. If you're interested, you can look it up. This is a self-portrait of which she did, I don't know how many self-portraits, but she did quite a few, I believe. In 1783, she was received as a member of the Académie Royale de Peinture et de Sculpture. She was one of only 15 women to be granted full membership in the Academy between 1648 and 1793. Her membership was dissolved after the French Revolution because the category of female academicians was also abolished. Okay, she had to flee from France. Let me see if I can get the exact year. I'm not quite sure, but she was gone for 12 years. She lived and worked in Italy from 1789 to 1792, Austria 1792 to 1795, Russia from 1795 to 1801, and Germany in 1801. She remained a committed royalist throughout her life. She was always loyal to the Bourbon family. And she was well received by royal families wherever she went. I think this may be Marie Antoinette, but I'm not positive. We're only halfway through her life. She had a busy life. I mean, all those countries that she lived in. And after the revolution, she was forced to constantly look for a permanent home. She moved to Naples for a little bit. We saw this. No, this is the same hats, similar hats, same woman. This could be herself. This may be a self-portrait. She's got the palette.
The palette.
The paint palette.
Oh, yeah.
She was a beautiful woman. Not sure who this guy is. Could be one of the Louis. Could be the Louis who survived, who came back after Napoleon was deposed, whatever number Louis that was. Look at the richness of the way she rendered the velvet. It's quite wonderful.
They didn't have that many stores, but our supplies.
They ground their own paints, yes. It's quite amazing. Beautiful shading in the face. And very human. The face is very human. The expression is all different materials, all different pigments, shells, stones, and tempera. This could be Louis the 16th. So when she was in Italy, she did become enamored of the Greek, ancient Greek and Roman classical art. And she became what was called a neoclassical artist. This is the type of work she produced at that stage in her life. This was 1790, 92 and onwards.
Oh, this is her with the baby at top?
I don't know. I don't, as I always say, I don't research the titles or the subject of the pictures. I'm just trying to give you just a quick taste of the kind of work the artist does. two children here. I wonder if you know the American artist Keane, if she looked at this. Look at the eyes. So at one point, she was forbidden, completely forbidden to come back to France during the reign of Napoleon. She was put on a list that completely denied her French citizenship. Her husband, of whom she was estranged at that point, tried to get her back or tried to get her removed from that list with no success. He then briefly ended up in jail because of that attempt. And Vigée Lebrun lost a huge amount of money that she had put in a bank in Venice, but the French Republican troops had overrun Venice, and all of that money disappeared. So she had a lot of trials and tribulations in her life, but she kept painting. The gorgeous rendering of the silk fabric, the shininess, the little girl's beautiful shoe, the shininess of the tip of that shoe. Obviously, very wealthy children. These could be Marie Antoinette's children. I don't know. Lebrun, the husband, then sued for divorce from his wife. It's not clear from what I read if he was suing for divorce to protect her and her properties or because they were estranged. Oh, that's the last picture in the slideshow. Any comments on her work? I think you got a feeling for the kind of work that she did. So she was prolific, most famous for her portraits. She did do some landscape, but not much. Could you?
They didn't have AC.
Oh. And my guess is it's probably makeup. I think it's probably makeup that was fashionable. Yes. The French loved rouge.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So her death, let's see if I can even find it in all these notes. Give me one moment. Well, we can come back to that. She did spend time in England. She went back to France for a while once the Bourbons came back into power. She went to England. She was very unhappy when she went back to Paris because things had changed so dramatically. She lived in Switzerland for a minute. And returned to Paris again. Here we go. She died in Paris on the 30th of March, 1842, aged 86. And her tombstone epitaph says, Ici, enfin, je repose. Here at last, I rest. So a very long, interesting life. filled with art. Loved by the rich, and she survived. She did quite well. She never was famous, I mean, never was independently wealthy, but they took care of her. All right, so what I'm suggesting for today is that we revisit our portrait skills. I'm going to put up a large portrait on the big screen by Lebrun, or you can look on your cell phones for a portrait that you like better, either by Lebrun or a photo that you may have that you would like to recreate. Everyone here at the moment has seen me do directions on how to do a portrait. Those of you who are just coming for the afternoon session, there is acrylic paint, there are soft pastels, pencil, acrylic markers, and lots of paper. And watercolor paints. Any questions about the project for this afternoon? So those of you who are here this morning, you have a choice of doing more about Pizarro, our artist from this morning, or starting a new project about Elizabeth Vigée Lebrun. No questions?
I'm just going to continue. This is Robin from this morning, but I loved her, the artist you just presented and how she could possibly be able to create people looking like people and the proportions and the colors and the genes and faces. It's unbelievable how she could do it.
Yes.
But it was wonderful to see.
Practice. She drew from a very young age and drew all the time. And in her memoir, she also drew. So she wrote, she drew, she was constantly practicing. All right. Let's go to work. I'm going to put a picture up on the big screen. Folks here, you can go get your supplies and begin. I did not bring photographs today. I had too much to carry, so you can look on your devices if you have one, or look at the picture I'm going to put on the screen for your portrait work. And we don't have a model today, sorry. Well, you want someone in a fancy hat or someone less? Let's try the fancy hat. There, if you Google Elizabeth Vigée Lebrun, there's plenty of pictures online to look for. So if you don't like my picture, you can feel free to look for the one I've chosen. If you don't like it, you can feel free to look for one that you might like better. This one is challenging because it's a 3/4 profile. I do so love the color of the dress. You could have a lot of fun with that.
Ermine, fur.
Yep, definite fur. And this is a simplified, this is not the full Rococo on this woman. This is after she asked her to dress down. So this is obviously a musician, but she's looking at sheet music. She was extremely sensitive to smell. She had a hard time adapting to Rome, apparently.
Sorry,
Yes. If I could print this out for you, you could do it upside down. If you find it on your phone, you can turn it upside down. As always, if you do portrait, I recommend you start in pencil first. Look at how tiny her waist is. They had to wear those corsets.
Portrait device. The hat is bigger than. Oh, they didn't have the response?
I love the hats. The hat I would have had fun wearing. Lindsay, if you don't want to do this picture. All right, got good news from California. Yippee. But I'm glad to see people are drawing this woman. Remember to continue looking at the picture. Don't just look at your drawing. So we've traveled 100 years in one day, kids. We traveled 100 years back in time with this artist. Yeah, you could go upstairs and take out a magazine from the library collection if you're looking for a photograph of.
Have a bag of magazines for you to do collage.
Oh, the artist. I don't know the name of his name. I'm sorry. I'll write it down for you. So good.
She's got a lot of names. Probably silent letters too.
Not even her real name. Her real name is Louise. Elizabeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
No, this is the first time.
The picture you're.
Yeah, there's so many French actors.
Yeah, she was beautiful, but there's a big story connected to her life. She didn't end in a good way. Oh, my Lord. It's G. Seeger.
I can't see it.
Breathless.
Gene Seeger.
Pixie. but terrible ending.
Nice big chunk of time to play. Excellent. You figured out right away the gesture of the story, the direction of the face is turned. Notice you cannot see the eye on the right. Very little of it.
I mean, we spent a lot of time.
You're good. Take your time.
There were those left things from.
Move slowly. Even if you just do a pencil sketch and you don't get to do it in color, that's fine. Now, with portrait work, you should really turn your paper vertical. Right. This painting is vertical. How much do we love that she's placed this gorgeous red dress against the green rug here? Rug or blanket, whatever this is. Remember what I said this morning? Red with green. And this woman has hazel eyes. It's hard to see. They have a greenish tint. So these kinds of highlights, she's using oils. You can't really achieve this kind of thing with watercolor or acrylic. So don't be frustrated if your picture doesn't look exactly like hers. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Slightly longer.
Yeah, because I have so much, yeah. It's up to you. Okay. Trying to capture the position. And you do that well. Okay, let me just look at that. Some parts of the eye, but the eyes, the correct part of the eye is bigger. Okay. Right, very nice. Why did the eyes? Very good. Otherwise, it's not too long at all. I walked in the room and there was a man, and I saw this woman. John's face. Oh, all of them, quite a nice. So if I was anybody, you like, I'll go in there and follow. Very good, take your time, don't worry about the features of the face. Yet, trying to get the thoughts first. Doing wonderful. And I love your landscape. Folks at home, are you good? You need help, Robin, or you're just waving?
I know what she's doing.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, good, Lizzie, good. I don't expect you to be Elizabeth Vigée Lebrun. I want you to do an original piece of artwork inspired by Elizabeth Vigée Lebrun. And the thing I love so much about her is personality that she's able to convey in her portraits. This one, is the mouth open in this one? This must have been a shocker. Yes. You even see a little bit of teeth.
trying to. I remember. This is it. Yeah. Bloom in here. No? Oh, you're gonna do it in color.
You were already
add a little color. Absolutely. I'm trying to get the red. No, red. Red. A little more far. Okay. Well, she's got the pixie hair too, so. Yeah, she's got the, even with the hair. Okay. A little more far. Okay, so erase. Yeah. I'm not even sure that. Marty. Trying to get the curvature from that. This bring us close into the. That's your starting point, so your picture doesn't have to end up looking anything like. I'm thrilled that you're on the color. Oh, I don't want you to worry about this yet. I want you to keep working on it. Oh, it's color, at your stage of artwork, color may be too much of a challenge for you. So I want you to work next at the width of the spawn. Oh. For me, it leaves wide. It's a little too narrow. So. Look at. Here's the. Yeah, yeah, so it's a good way to think of that. Very good. See, cut into the waist too. Do you see that? How tiny the waist is. And then it flares out over. It's so cute though. If you really look, check it out. Wearing a very tight corset, probably made from whale bone. Unfortunately, they killed a lot of whales. The oil and the bone. pretty close to the. Especially with the skin cheek. Yeah, that my was going off. To not give the impression where to go. She just took a little bit of white girl. And she took, she separated the hairs on the brush. Did it like a dry brush. What? Yeah. You know, she has. Okay. This is what I want to put the striped glass too. Yes, I always want them. Let's see. They snuffed her right because she got involved with the blood thing. She got killed. Well, supposedly she committed suicide, but by 9 days. And she had a baby girl, yeah, she had a baby girl, and she opened the coffin. She moved everybody out of a white thing. Of her husband. She had a terrible breakdown, and her life was missing. And she did use black, obviously. She's not an impressionist painter. A lot of black. Check more about when did she get her pictures? Plus, I said she grabbed her own pictures. Positive that's really true. I don't know the name of the artist, but I saw the film, The Girl with the Pearl Earring. Yes, that's Vermeer. He ground his own pigments, but he's 100 or more years before her. And she's been compared to people like him, the Dutch master. Yeah, he was a Dutch man. Always your hands.
Oh, by the 18th century, specialists known as colormen began to emerge, supplying artists with ready-made paint. So I made that up. The availability of pre-ground and pre-mixed pigments from these color merchants, although it didn't completely eliminate the practice of grinding pigments within artist studios, meant that artists could outsource this labor-intensive task. Vigée Lebrun's career flourished during the late 18th and early 19th centuries, a period marked by this shift in artist material. Maybe she did some of her own, but I mean, the fact that she traveled all over the world probably meant she couldn't carry all that equipment with her. She
Probably got some ink and,
a lot of the stuff was highly toxic
yeah. Lead, use a lot of lead.
and expensive. Lead, yes. French ultramarine came from Afghanistan. The pigment came from Afghanistan. Lapis lazuli from Afghanistan. Wow.
They used a lot of minerals.
Green was copper based, copper arsenite. So that must have been dangerous to handle. Some was made with potash and arsenic oxide. French Revolution of 1789 and subsequent industrialization changed the place of art in French society, but also changed painting styles. Blah, blah, blah. William Turner, Constable. Doesn't say where they, oh. So Constable used a wide variety of pigments, watercolors, made from things like shells and experimental pigments, oxides like zinc oxide, made from copper. Well, it was all chemistry, like everything else. It's made from coal tar.
Actually smells from those that cold.
Couldn't have been nice. The bright purple came from coal tar and methylated spirits.
The masks, the air filter,
Yeah.
AC.
A lot of artists died young, yes.
Yes.
And there's some thought and conjecture that Van Gogh was driven crazy, particularly by yellow. Yellow, I think was oxide. It was very poisonous, cadmium yellow, which she used a lot of the sunflower.
You also drank a lot of that same powder.
Didn't we have to-
I think it made so it's Yeah, I'm going on there. Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna do
Yeah,
that.
a minute.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't think she's gonna be happy with that. Now Pizarro, the one we looked at this morning, had 7 pigments, all squeezed from prepared paint tube. So this is a guy who came 100 years after. He had white lead, chrome yellow, vermilion, rose madder, ultramarine, cobalt blue, and cobalt violet. No green. And no black.
Beautiful house. He's gonna use for that.
So where did I get black?
Yeah.
They must have had to mix their own black. The artists who came before them.
Yeah, and then you got nice white sweaters.
That was probably made from coal.
Maybe you could pick one of the pictures.
Yeah,
Let's see what I have.
I suppose. Not a set.
Yeah, exactly. When is it run? End of August. Oh, nice. Good. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you do. Oh, well, but your cousin has it, okay, so there's these. It was Mr. Borrow, then why? All right, so, but if your cousin has something, she might have something.
Did you get your dollar ice cream?
Yes, I did. Goody. Is that?
You too, I did too.
Was it
That
crowded?
was my lunch.
Oh, that's the thing, there's no line. Wow.
Where is it? It's Washington and what's the cross?
Like one walk over.
Washington is 6. I can eat across the
That's right,
side.
yes. Is it
Oh,
as good as
that's phenomenal.
Is it as good as Betty Hills?
I think I've never had it about berries.
Yeah,
Like
little
more
Dixie.
fancy flavors, I guess.
I love this.
Gourmet, it's gourmet ice.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? What
I
flavor did you
prefer
get?
that, my favorite is veggie in the city of Malibu. I find it too sweet and that's the actual flavors. I like it should be. Also, I like dark chocolate and that's deep dark chocolate that is nice.
I love the large Ben and Jerry's cookie dough.
Yes, me, too. I like the
Milkshake.
New York chocolate. This I have a question.
I'm coming, I'm sorry, I should not have said.
Don't you bring a portable charger?
Fabulous. Going, I'm proud, that's
Very impressive.
USB-C though, right?
All right, then wait for.
well, it's difficult doing a math in 3/4. And
And the eyes are totally different. And then
I'm gonna get a piece of paper and give you instruction in for 3/4. Anyone who wants to watch, know. I'm doing a 3/4 profile. Come on over, stand behind me. Come and watch.
watching.
So the face is tilted, which you captured beautifully.
But you have to take it.
Tilted the face. Her nose protrudes.
Oh, I haven't done that before.
And you can barely see the eye on the right.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, beautiful.
So in this portrait, it's all about the nose.
Yeah.
This. And then this part of the face, pretty much hidden, you barely see it. So that gets pared away. Fires.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. You can barely see it.
Right, you can't see the red side of her face there. The nose is the main thing about mine, and the mouth.
It's also how.
You only see half of the mouth.
It's a beautiful create shadow.
Right.
So it looks like it's a. Catching baby.
All this.
And then how do you get the, like, the contour of.
You have to look there.
A nice big one.
Here's my mistake. This, I made this distance too big. But now,
Right. Yeah.
much closer to the nose. Okay. I erased it.
Some mistake on the like.
Make this big. The beauty of the erase. I don't know who it did. The eraser. He's a very smart person.
Look at the levels.
Amazed now it's way, like, poor baby. You keep adjusting. And changing. It's the fun. The drawings. The changing, adjusting, fixing, learning. Seeing different things.
Today is the Golden Girls 40th.
Oh, yeah.
They have, what's her name, Betty White is on the stand.
I love.
Yeah, she do.
You know, these things, they were really.
Here we go.
For some reason, I put it to the reflection. Hi there. If you come in there, to do the hair first, because
I would tackle the skinny part.
no, we're either between the hair and the collar.
I like to start with the lighter color. The lighter colors and the larger shape.
not really flying. A little bit bigger and the nose is small. The real trick is to make the nose project out. And you can do that with the shaft.
How do you get the shape?
The size and.
When you're from coloring.
Oh, when you color one, you can use the color view and green. Yellow with us.
Wow. My face isn't too small. This face, the proportion is like.
I wouldn't take that picture, it's so tiny.
Simple,
You're gonna have such a hard time trying.
I wanted to do what you have. I'm trying to, I don't have.
Hence, the ones
Ones
that I have home
are
are cheap.
too small. The chalk that I have home is very
Your
cheap.
proportions are great in your drawing,
But I'm satisfied. We're gonna
We're
do
going
it
to
in
try the small drawing.
On my gallery wall. I got the three more spaces. I've been wanting to do her. Well, because I have the whole wall. Stuff that I've done. So I got three more little spaces there, so she's gonna. No. No, I've never been to Europe. We're going to Orlando. So she. So scary. The painter? Oh, really? No, I did a portrait of Jean Speak. The actress. Yeah, no, she was an actress. It's like a Marilyn Monroe. JFK. No, in Paris. She was born in Milwaukee. Her first film, I don't know, wow. Yeah, and then she did one more. She was like Jane Fonda. And she did this with this salon. They stuck her out. They took her dead. Yeah. When she was 40. Of course, I was. Yeah, no, but I love. That's the story. Yeah, oh, I love. How did I do?
Did great. I want more hair up here, otherwise it's a rip.
With the pencil or the
The yellows, or both.
sorry? I'm good enough.
What,
I know, more straight line back.
Gray, I like gray, maybe.
I wear my, it's very useful, my people are, my husband, the lives of the life.
Yeah, it's just, you know, maybe they did it.
I'm gonna see,
It's because zombie
Jews,
zombie
walks at a movement. Yes, it's 6:30 tonight, yeah.
Oh, my God, fantastic.
Yeah.
Anybody local?
I mean, even the musical notes hit you, Chris.
Beautiful. Around there, and I don't think he's affiliated with the library, he's at the school.
Folks at home are copacetic. I'm assuming you're good. No news is good news.
Like that. No. Supervisory story. The bank came from the water. Masonry, but. That's like a design. Well, they do have a historian who did a walk, something about the Revolutionary War. And there's, where they had a blockhouse when they were fighting against the British. And actually, still down by the cliffs. I mean, it's no longer there, but the area where it was cleared, that area, after 245 years. I mean, you love to. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think it's the revolution. Yeah, it is. It was some kind of revolution battle. I mean, last week.
Have you been to the one in Morristown,
Oh, I don't know about that, but
George
this is.
Washington's headquarters?
Oh, yeah? Okay. I don't know. We have a local historian and he does all different kinds of. Monday, we're doing, the original Hollywood in Hudson County, of course, one of the first studios was right by where I live. In Fort Lee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually,
No.
they don't know as well.
Yeah, did that be everything now?
Mm. Yeah.
I go face there. It's difficult to just.
Living there. Every town. It takes 45 minutes to get. We're going for 10 days, but my vacation. I take a bus to my town, yeah, but it takes 45, 50 minutes. Yeah, but it's up by Washington. If I get there, if I leave now, I'll probably catch them.
You live in Fort Jack?
No, North America.
Oh.
And I take 22, 29.
Oh, you can see? So, the questions. Oh, this is.
Okay, I'm gonna go catch the bus. See you everybody on tonight.
But
Everybody.
and on your vacation, yes. Can't wait to hear all that.
Oh, please, we have. We go in the back, the parents go in the hot tub, the kids play their races. We rent a two-story house. He's showing me, you know, beautiful. Well, that's my nephew, he knows how to do all this.
Okay, you need another piece.
Yeah, for that picture, yes. Thank you. The best part is seeing the kids enjoy themselves, you know, that's the real best. I think it's a charge.
Thank you all, and the fact that you don't really have days.
Well, that's why I gotta go up a day early, because the two dogs. My niece has the two dogs, so I gotta help change them, but she just got diagnosed with gallbladder problems, so she's not well. I'm sorry. Yeah, what do you- Okay, everybody, nice to see you all. See you. Take care. Bye.
Goodness. Yes, someone was a.
This is like, you know, from the time. I think we just in the frustrated.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. Think about what I showed you this morning.
Yes.
Use a very small brush. Start with the large shapes first. The lightest in color. Add paper towels to clean your brush as you go.
I'm using this.
Oh, you're using soft pastel. Oh, that should be way easier.
Now I know.
What?
I don't like working.
Everybody's different.
I
I'm
can't control it.
I'm thinking about her. She likes soft pastel.
I'm thinking smeared when you're a lefty, you know. It's like,
Yes, it's very difficult when you're left-handed, so.
yes, not happening again.
I like her portrait.
Look at this, look at my arm. I have more stuff on my arm than I do.
You're true artist.
Yes. Too cold. This feels good to me. Greg is like that, he can't have any air conditioner on in the room, he's in.
I mean, I should have told Ibu to pre-cool the house so that I could turn it off as soon. Laura, the AI companion thing does not seem to come up on my screen.
There's also tools and things that you get.
My laptop is. She's my honey bunny. I have no idea what year I purchased this machine.
That was great. So anyway, ChatGPT gives a ton of I took put my name, your name, a lot of stuff will come up. Let's see if there is this. But you're sharing something, maybe when you get off out of that screen.
Oh, okay.
That
I
could be
thought
it,
you were
okay.
sharing something.
No, I was looking at what you had. You're the host.
All right, before I
Yeah.
shut it down, look.
Take a peek.
Most with the most.
You okay, Margot?
Good.
Yeah.
Are the cat's giving you problems again?
No, it's their nap time. They're
It's the what?
their nap time. They're sleeping.
Oh,
So,
perfect time to do your art.
exactly. A lot easier.
The puppy? I have not seen the puppy in quite a while. I'm assuming it's okay.
He decided he was getting too close to you.
Yes. Maybe the puppy is missing me. The puppy's losing weight probably because it misses me so much.
She takes him for more walks. For sure.
We have, believe it or not, just a few minutes till cleanup, folks. I'm thrilled. Some of you have had, gosh, a whole day of art.
Inside too.
Yes.
Very important.
Like you're truly in art school.
Mm.
Excuse me.
Not really. I have. I couldn't find my watercolor with my cabinet. I bought this big cabinet for art supplies. Now I can't.
You find any, look at your organized, but you find new.
That's a story in
Out
my
of the
life.
field.
In my house, I can't find anything. I just buy things again. I have all these tools and I couldn't find my Allen wrench. I had to order it home instead of Allen wrench.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
So that's the story of my life. I don't know where I put them.
That's
I have a lot of stuff.
good. Mhm.
Well, it organized chaos.
Like it's learning.
It's just chaos. You look at my right now, it's my thumbs are blue. Purple.
And you like air conditioning.
But my hand is down. Yeah, you have white tips. Used to stay in until my lips look a little, I think I feel white.
When it's a child, it
Didn't bother me, we had it. Yeah, okay.
that's the thing.
More on paper. The pastel is not from this.
Everybody should be very proud of it. People do this a lot. One minute till cleanup, I'm sorry. Way too many people stop. Some of you still have full pallets of paint, you may take it home with you if you can figure out how to carry it. And use the paint up at home. Oh, Christy, it's all yours if you can figure out how to carry it home, okay? Maybe wet with a piece of paper towel and put it on top.
Your brushes, right?
Talking to you. Not smart.
So we here are going to clean up in a few minutes. Do we want to share? Yes. No, maybe.
No.
Yes. I like to see others.
That was kind of an indecisive response.
H is lighter than B in pencils, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Next Wednesday, we have a regularly scheduled class starting at 10:30, ending at 12:30. I believe the theme is summer vacation. Is it on the calendar already? Susan is looking. I know.
What?
Are you looking at the calendar for August?
Yeah, registered for was the last one of the month. The 27th.
What was the theme for August? Do you remember?
Didn't come up,
Oh, okay.
your class didn't come up. 27. I registered for all of them except for that.
But the first class in August, does it say?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's that. Class is. Jacob, no.
It's okay. I will be sending out an email as usual.
You're not away.
No. All right, it is time to clean up, everyone. If you do want to share, you've got to clean up really fast. They let you work overtime.
Richard Divencorn.
Devencorn.
Devencorn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the theme is summer vacation.
That's the first.
Yeah.
And Lucas Ruda. And then Peter Doig.
Doig.
Yeah, and Nothing came up about this.
It's interesting. No women. I didn't do any women in August. That's interesting. Annis, you have to stop and clean up. I'm going to stop the share. I'm sorry.
I have a question.
Sure.
How do you make black without using black?
You can get close to black by using the color theory that I was talking about this morning. So blue with orange, red with green, not the violet with yellow. You won't really make it. But if you're using oil paint, ultramarine blue with alizarin crimson
Right.
get very close to black.
I've never done oil. Well, I just started with color, but it was good.
Golden paint acrylics, you can get really high quality ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson.
Do you think acrylics is easier than watercolors?
I don't know what you mean by
Like easier to learn?
they're such different mediums, Lizzie.
Mm.
I don't know how to compare them. It depends on what you're trying to achieve. Yeah. So I don't know how to answer that question for you. You have
I'm feeling like you
Oh.
have to really understand color mixing for watercolor, whereas maybe acrylics is more forgiving.
acrylics are thicker and less transparent. So it might be easier for you to understand color mixing because you might get closer to what you consider to be truer color with acrylics than you do with watercolor.
Mm.
Does that make sense to you?
It could. I mean, I've never tried really only acrylic. You know, when you go to those like painting parties, that's the only acrylic I did. But it seemed like it was easier.
All right. Well, maybe it is.
Maybe because you have that time constraint of like an hour to copy whatever they did.
And they probably tell you what
Oh,
to.
yeah, that's true too. Good point.
Yeah. I don't teach that way.
No, I love the way you teach.
Okay, thank you.
Mm.
All right, if we don't clean up, that says to me you don't want to share.
I'll share.
All right, Lizzie,
Since I don't have to clean up now.
Lizzie, you can go first then. Wow, everybody look at Lizzie's.
Nice. I couldn't get the black. That was my, that's as dark as I could get.
Well, you're using watercolor paint.
Yeah.
You're never going to get the opaque black that Elizabeth Vigée Lebrun got. You never get it with acrylic. Unless you're using golden. Golden creates an acrylic paint that mimics oil paint. But you're never going to get the kind of black that Vigée Lebrun got with oils. So to try and do it with watercolor paint is an impossibility. So
it makes me feel better.
Marvelous painting. And the proportions in the figure are quite good.
Oh,
Good.
Yeah, it was a kind of a strange position.
The 3/4 profile is difficult. You got the projection of the nose off the face. You did it very well.
Well, thanks to your past teaching.
I do have to go back and look for, how you showed the hands and the diagram and all that kind of stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be my only tiny critique. The hand may be slightly too small.
Oh, yeah. I
Teeny bit. Remember, the
struggle with
hand
that.
is as big as the face,
Mm.
but you're very close, maybe infinitesimally off by a fraction. So beautifully done.
Well,
Anyone else at home? Margot, do you want to share?
no, I'm okay.
Okay, Robin? Robin seems to have stepped away.
Oh,
So what about folks here? Who wants to share here? Thank you for sharing, Lizzie.
thank you for feedback.
Who said they want to share? Janice, come on up. So Janice did her entire portrait in pastel. Here, Janice, how many years have you been working in pastel, would you say? Again, maybe it's a long time.
Yeah.
And you went to art school, right?
To the Pastel Society.
You went to the Pastel Society of America. Okay, show your picture. Oh, Janice is not a novice or a beginner. You have to stand in front of the laptop and hold it up straight.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
I didn't get to her face.
yeah, towards you.
Oh,
You're working on.
I'm just gonna do the face when I get home.
that's okay. You did great.
Yeah, I just wanted to capture the gesture.
You did.
You absolutely captured the gesture.
Okay, thank you. Good luck, everybody. Stay
Beautiful
cool.
color. Beautiful, beautiful color.
This is.
The only suggestion I have.
No.
Class for a second.
I think measure.
Oh,
Look, this is.
Right, yeah, because actually I made a mistake, that's why I have to correct. Because
Now,
I
this
suppose
was
I'll
the
say,
green of the
Yes.
pine leading into the back. So you could.
Mhm.
There a little bit.
there's very,
Yeah, that I know.
yes, so yeah, I made a mistake there, and I couldn't find my way.
You just have to, maybe just the line,
Buyer.
That dark
or
part
the
of
darker green, yeah. All right, Tamara, no? Share. Tamara's gonna share. Just terrific.
No, I'm not shaking.
All right, Tamara in acrylic. She also has a pastel.
Good. Tomorrow.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Excellent job. Christy, come on up, Christy.
Yeah, go share, yeah.
And Tamara, you're getting more and more into the color mixing. I'm really thrilled that you experiment so much. Good color mix. I hope you feel it's in your learning stuff. Maybe you knew before, I don't know. Go ahead, Christy. Share. Thank you for sharing, Tamara.
Oh, my, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous,
Wow.
beautiful.
Job.
Well done, Christy. Don't you just love how everyone's personal style always shows through in
You're
their
just
work?
beautiful, Christy.
Christy, I would know this was your painting,
That's right.
even if you weren't there to show it. What really great textural effects and attention to detail.
Love it.
It's fantastic. Beautiful. Well done. Thank you for sharing.
Well,
Christy.
Christy.
Well done, everyone, today. All right, so if you haven't finished cleaning, please do so. It's been great. Those of you who've been here all day long, I just love having the double classes. Maybe we'll do more of that in future. And again, I will see you in August. Wow.
Hard to believe, I know.
We'll see you next week in August. Have a wonderful rest of the week. It is going to cool off tomorrow.
Yay.
Maybe we'll be able to paint outside this weekend like the Impressionists. Go to a museum. The Amy Sherald show at the Whitney is about to close. It's pretty fantastic.
Which one?
Amy Sherald. She is the artist who painted Michelle Obama's portrait.
Mm.
At the Met or?
It's at the Whitney.
Oh, wait.
Whitney Museum of American Art. All right, I am going to say farewell for now. It's a few minutes before the end of class, but it's very cold in here, so forgive me. I need to get out into the warmth of the